finished at a schmancy apartment. This place is pretty cool. Called the Local Apartments in Tempe. Right on their second floor is Whole Foods. That'd be dope, man. You don't even have to leave your apartment to go get food. Or, you know, Whole Food items. What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. If I planned my life better, I would have been living here. Oh well. Oh well. That's all I gotta say. That's all I need to say. Followed up by boo-hoo. Alright. Now this is Tempe. You need to make complete stops before the line. And yeah, complete stops. They will pull you over here. They will come out of nowhere and flash their lights. I think I spoke about it in my video. Yeah, if you have any open containers, they will sniff it all. And now they have already been entered your vehicle. They're going to check everything else in there. So yeah, make sure you, when you're in Tempe, Arizona, you adhere to full stops. The police here will try their best to tell you you've done wrong. And they'll even joke about it. Oh, we call those California stops. And they'll get upset if you don't laugh. Like, I just looked at my officer, like, when he pulled me over, I was like, aren't you supposed to be serious in these manners? And he got upset. But I was, at that time, I was doing Grubhub. So I had my Grubhub hat and my Grubhub shirt. Because I was worried about when I got to Tempe, like, oh dang. So I took off my polo shirt and put on my Grubhub hat. So yeah, as he said, oh, you did what we call a California stop, or what's known in legal terms a rolling stop. I just looked at him, I was like, that makes no sense at all, officer. I was like, a rolling stop means the vehicle has fully stopped. Like, there's no motion. As it rolling and stop is a contradiction in itself. That's when he got really pissy after that. And so I kept trying, and I kept telling him I'm doing a delivery, and I showed him the app. And after that, he gave up. He was like, all right. I was like, yeah. I was like, now the customer's calling me. It's like, now I need to take this call because, you know, I'm doing my work. So I answered it and told him. And then I put them on speakerphone. They just told the cops, hey, I'm waiting for my food. Let this guy go. It's like, otherwise I'm gonna start requesting your badge number, which I'm not doing now. I'm not doing now. I'm just saying that's the next logical step. Yeah, that he let me go. So I was like, yeesh. And that was the last delivery of my night because I was already past my end time. So I just talked to that lady for a while because she wanted to know what really happened. I was explaining to her, and she found it fascinating because she lived in Oregon, and she said the officers in Oregon do that stuff too around the university. So she was a little bummed to know that they did that because through her experience she hasn't seen that or heard anyone talk about it until she ran into me with her delivery. Alright, so I'm sure some of you are probably thinking, like, if I do any more than just Grubhub. Yes, like I said, I got my DoorDash thing. No, so DoorDash was, I applied for it, but they never, it it just wouldn't go through. And so I gave up. Not, I forgot how long I had tried to log back in. So when I did log in, it worked for maybe like a week, and then it told me I needed to do a renewal. So I was like, well, what the heck is this? I was like, oh, well, whatever. And then the renewal finally went through, and then they were saying enter your your full name and SSN. So I did that, and it just kept saying error, 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 error this, error that. So I just gave up. That was back in May. And then this month I just decided to try it again. And this time it worked. Alright, well no. I gave up trying to enter in my info, and then this time when I decided to try logging in to see if I was going to request it again. No, this time it logged me in. But I was still seeing the whole 3 days for your background, the process. I was like, what the heck is this? So I just left it for one day. I was able to schedule, so last night was my first night. I did it for an hour. I made $40 in an hour. And then tonight, I did almost 3 hours, but they sent me out of the area I started in, so I was like, well, I'm not gonna work for other areas because this ain't my area. So in a sense, like, yeah, at this point I don't need to fulfill the 3 hours, so I went ahead and stopped doing it. Because if they get mad at me, I'll just tell them that you sent me out of the area I wanted to continue doing it. Because if you go to other area, yeah, I mean, you can keep doing your dash, but you're not slotted for that area. It's time slot. So I'm just like, It's like, yeah, I can see how they allow you to move around, but still. I decided to test it before I tell it no, and then go back to my original area. Oh yeah, there you go. So if you go out of your area and you do the last delivery, it's going to tell you, do you want to change your area, or I don't know how it is for going back. I think you have to turn it off, and then you have to go back to the area and turn it back on. Like you'll pause it. So I tried to pause it when I had no deliveries, and it was giving me no options to do anything because it was paused. So I was like, because I screwed up on one of the deliveries and I forgot one of the bags. So, but thank goodness the agent that was helping me said that the person didn't say that they picked up their items yet, or they have not reported the missing items. So I was like, oh, that's great. So yeah, no, I was like, I'm reporting. I had the bag right here. So just take a picture. They're like, oh, okay. They said, well, don't worry about it. We'll just refund it to them because it was already marked as complete. So they were happy well, the guy told me everything's okay on their end. So he's like, you did the right thing because the customer has not reported it yet. So like I said, it's only my second day, so hopefully they're lenient. But I was just being too over relaxed. Because they were already in sealed bags, so I mean, it doesn't tell me to put them in insulated bags. Like, it's pretty cool. I like DoorDash. It will tell you when you need to use insulated bags, like pizza delivery orders. They'll tell you use your pizza bag. So it's like, oh, that's cool. So I guess these customers already know that their items are not going to be insulated. Or, whatever, but still. So next time I see that, I'm just going to put it into the crate. and then just close the flap to the catering bag, so I don't do that again. Yeah, look at this. Finally, look at all this. Yeah, look at this. 2 a.m. Man, I don't know what's going on. Oh, I finally saw some Canadian car plates from beautiful British Columbia. Well, I lost my Canada audience. I don't see the analytics anymore. Yeah, I guess it won't be negative. I feel better now. I'm loving life again. I've been doing more house chores and organizing my house. I actually went out of my way and separated my laundry so I can focus on cleaning my work clothes for this more. So I was looking at my clothes and I was noticing, some of them, it's not getting as clean as I thought it would be. So, in those cases, on your washing machine, that's why they have all those other special cycles. Like soap, use that. I use it often. It's taking me actually this way to go home. Wow. Hey, I was gonna get something to eat. Wait, I already used some cash. Oh yeah, so I guess let's talk more about music history. Yeah, in the 90s and 2000s, producers were pretty well known. Like the people who made the music, not the people who collaborated on the music. So, like, producer, co-producer, and all that stuff. So in the sense of Teddy Riley and Pharrell Williams, Teddy Riley was the producer, and then Pharrell Williams was a co-producer. And then, obviously, the test of time, it changed to where they are both producers now. So that's what I'm trying to get to for music, is to be a producer, a music producer. So I'm the one who sits there and creates the beats, the tempos, and all that stuff. I don't know the official terminology. I bought a book on how to make it all work, though, so I'll eventually read it. I also need to read my history on house music book so I can grasp the meaning of house. Yeah, there you go. So see, I'm making efforts into learning the type of music I want to produce. And I have bought musical instruments to learn to play, not expert level, but play. In which I was hoping I would be able to have learned to play the harmonica, because I bought Christmas music to play for a harmonica. But at that time, I was not aware that my dog loves to howl to the sound of a harmonica. No ands, ifs, or buts. That dude will go full howling mode. I still need to make a video about it. I guess I'll make that video. When I'm doing my yard work again. Since I reorganized stuff. I was laughing, if I keep making videos for like 20 plus years, I could be like those, all the people that cry on YouTube, oh, look at how young I used to look when they were like 18, now they're like 35, 38, stuff like that. I could say like, look at that old young man. Anywho. And then if I stop making YouTube content, then all of you can start sending help to my house. Good stuff. No, I watched a YouTube clip about this restaurant's cook who made himself aware to one of his customers that, you know, he actually thinks about it when he makes his food. So he learned his customer's routine, this man, and for 5 days he didn't show up. So he was very concerned. I guess they had formed a relationship, and the man shared the address of where he lived, so he went to go look. And man, it didn't say it, but when they finally showed the guy, he was a senior citizen, and he fell over. So it kind of hit me like, damn, I live alone. I mean, right now I can still get up, but oh crap, you know, one day that's gonna happen to me. Oof, anywho, so the guy said he went there, he knocked, he heard nothing. He said he was about to leave, and that's when he heard a faint, muffled, like he said, a human voice. He knew it wasn't an animal. He said he knew it was a human voice. So, anywho, obviously, you know, he fell over. He helped him, and they fixed him up. And that cook respected him so much. They actually moved him right across the street from the restaurant. So I was like, hey, that's dope. That kind of reminds me of when I was my last barracks room when I was active duty. I lived right across the street from the Class 6. You know, the liquor, beer store, and that was also the snack place. And then across from that was a Burger King. So, you know, if I tried it hard enough, and if I worked up enough power, I could spit from my front door to the Burger King and at least hit the property. But the Class 6, oh yeah, no, definitely, I could spit and hit the front door of that. Yeah, that's how close it was, and that was like the perfect time of my life. That's why I kept getting in trouble. Anywho. I forgot what I was talking about. I was getting too involved in my story. I forgot what I was talking about. Anywho, I'll watch the video and I'll try to continue later. Talk to y'all later.